Hi everyone. That was a good lively debate we just had here. That's what America's about. Freedom, right to say what you want. That's good. I'm Joe Kenney. I'm running for executive council. And tonight it's basically the closing deal. Why I think I'm the most qualified candidate in this particular race to run for executive council. I'm the gentleman that has 14 years of state house legislative experience, 8 years in New Hampshire House, 6 years in the state Senate. I am the only candidate with state house experience that is running for executive council. When Ray Burton ran for executive council, he had many years as sergeant of arms. He knew which levers to push or pull. He knew what buttons to push. He already knew the players in Concord. He had that experience. When you send someone down to Concord and someone asks a local official or a state representative, can that counselor answer my question at the state level? You want to know the answer is yes. And I have been solving problems for people for many, many years in the state Senate district that Jeb Bradley currently serves in. And I have that reputation of helping out people to navigate through the state bureaucracy so that they can get their answers. Second thing, you need to know that I'm not going to be Michael Cryans and make this my third job. I'm going to make it my only job. That you need someone who's going to be down there 100% of the time. Someone who's going to serve the district. It's a vast district. We've got 108 communities that we have to represent. And you need someone constantly traveling around to make sure you represent the district 100% of the time. That is so essential. Who has the time to serve? I have the time to serve. I served 34 years in the United States Marine Corps in 3 combat zones. I'm winding up a career right now. I want to serve back in state government where I was for 14 years to help out this district, to put us back on the map, to make sure Ray Burton's legacy continues. But I'm a little bit more conservative than Ray, but that doesn't mean that I don't care about people. When it comes to Medicaid expansion, there was a question asked about that up in Haverhill the other day. I was the only candidate to step up and said, I am against Medicaid expansion. I was the only candidate. You know why I was the only candidate? Is because I have been a state senator. I have worked at the state level, and I understand that's an expansion of government, and we need to push it back and say we cannot expand the eligibility because that's going to put the onus onto our taxpayers. So stand with the Senate, make sure that the Medicaid expansion does not happen. Lastly, what does the Governing Council do? The $3.9 billion they're going to spend on an annual basis off this budget. You're going to need someone in there who's a fiscal conservative, someone who served in state government, someone who is going to understand the inner workings of Concord and stand up for the taxpayer. And also understand when you appoint judicial appointees that they abide by the Constitution, that there's no judicial activism. Today, 4 counselors are going to go ahead and vote on a judge in District 1 out of Lebanon. The governor should hold back on that. I'm saying, yes, you should hold back on that. However, Ray Burton did vet that individual, and I'm going to let that one go. But in the future, in the next few weeks, no more judges should be appointed in the District 1 without a councilman being in that seat from District 1. That is absolutely unconscionable that 4 counselors are going to be voting on a judge in our district. So I want to make that a point. We need to get someone down there. If it's myself, if it's Chris Boothby or Mark Aldridge, we need to get someone in that seat and take on Michael Cryans, who wants us as a third job, who's got a conflict at headrest, who's been putting contracts, paying for his own salary for executive director at headrest. That is unethical, absolutely wrong, and we need to call him out as Republicans that when he runs for the council at the state level, will he be padding contracts into headrest when he's the executive counselor? And lastly, Ray Buckley wants, and the Democrats want this seat very bad. It'll be the first time in history that the Democrats would have 4 councilor seats in the history of this state. They want it bad. Who do you want running against Michael Cryan? Do you want a county commissioner, an intern, or do you want someone with state house experience who can build a contrast in that election? The Democrats don't want to run against me. I've run statewide. I've proven my muster when I ran against John Lynch in 2008. And I looked him right in the eye, Governor, and I said, you know what? You're wrong, Governor, with spending. You're wrong with all the social crap that you're bringing into the state. It's absolutely wrong. Look where we are today in New Hampshire. Look at where we're here in New Hampshire. This is the bellwether election for 2014. This is the election that is going to steamroll and get Republicans elected at the state and the federal level. This is an important election. This starts it all. So with that, I ask for your support on January 21st. I'm serious. Starting out, I needed to meet a lot of people. I needed to lighten it up a little bit. But we're now getting down to selling who's going to be your nominee for governor and council. It's serious business. We need to roll in with a strong candidate, get behind that candidate, because Michael Cryans is rolling all over the district. And the Democrats are raising money, and Ray Buckley is gonna lay into whoever that nominee is, and we better unite as a party and to move out together. Thank you. I'm Joe Kenney, running for executive council.
Crooked.